it's Crystal Marshall from marshallartstudio.com, and today is part 3 of branding, marketing, social media, all of these awesome things to get your business off the ground. In part 1, we talked about branding, we talked about colors, fonts, who your ideal client is, what you want your message to be, how people can recognize you without really seeing you, seeing your logo or anything. So we talked about that in part 1. Part 2, we talked about how I do my social media 5 minutes a day to effectively push my business out there on social media, getting people to cheer for you, having things go 7 times putting decisions that I do. So today we're going to talk about website. Should I have a website? What should that look like? So we're going to hop right to it. Should I have a website? This is something I get a lot. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to pay for a website. It's $15 a month. I'll just do a Facebook page because it's free and I don't have to worry about it. And but I think there's pros and cons in both. I feel like a website is a whole nother ball of wax. And again, you shouldn't be getting a website unless you're absolutely sure that that's what you want to do. Okay. It depends. Pros, you have your own place on the web. You can get Google. You can get on Google. You can get on all of these different places. It looks really good that you have your own website. People can find it easily. Okay. It's a central place for all information. So if people want to say, Chesapeake wedding bakers, and you don't come up on the top 10 on the Google search bar, people aren't going to find you. People aren't really going to look for Facebook pages unless they're looking on Facebook. It's a great place to put like your portfolio, your menu items, your general vision and mission, and those are things that Facebook just doesn't do good at because it's just more of like a feed that's going up and down. It's very hard to like navigate and find about you, navigate and find what your policies are, how your prices are. It just is not made for that. It's made for just like a running feed of the latest and greatest things that you're posting, where your website can be really nice and designed. And I mean, personally, I would die without having like an actual website. The cons, it is, I would say it's expensive in the sense of like setting it up, getting the .com, all those things, but the maintenance fee of having your own website, if you're doing it yourself, is like, I feel like it's like $15 a month. I mean, I feel like that's a very small cost to pay for the amount of things that you can do with it. And you do have to keep it up constantly, so I think it's more of a time commitment than a money commitment. If you're going to do it yourself, you need to have like a designer eye if you're going to make it yourself, or if you want to pay somebody to do it, again, that could be harder to update, more expensive. So I guess it just depends on what your style is, but personally, I mean, I would die without having even a simple, one-page website about yourself, and I can tell you more about that later. So how to make my own website. Let's talk about that. There's so many different kinds of places that do that. I use Wix, which I love, Show It, Squarespace, and WordPress. Personally, I recommend Squarespace and Wix because I have actually looked into designing through them. I feel like they're very user-friendly. It's very drag and drop. They look great on blogs, mobile-friendly, where I don't really have much experience with Show It, but I heard that it's very good. I heard that WordPress is good and a lot of people use it, but I've heard it's a little bit more time-consuming. You have to know a little bit more in the design. I tried to have a WordPress. It was a little bit more too complicated for me, and I like more of the drag and drop templates of Wix. So that's just my personal opinion. So find a company to host you. So these are the different companies. Find an easy template. I would recommend getting one that's a white background, a simple gray, black, or gold fonts, and then like 1 or 2 accent colors. So again, in lesson 1, I talked about like how my colors are black, white, and then I have like a kind of a tealy blue color, and then I have a pop, which is like a watermelon pink. If you want, something more neutral, you could do like gold, blush rose and white, that's more feminine. If you want like more like mint gray or like mint gold, the mint would be like the touch of color. So, very simple color schemes. In the first episode, I talked about using I use like green, pink, neon, orange. It was just like too much. Too much. Where like using a website, you want very, very basic, like just gray or just like one or two accent colors. You don't want to be like all these crazy, colors. You want colors that look good together. You use great photos, or if you don't have access to great photos, use stock photos. Get a friend that's a photographer, trade services with them. A lot of these companies have access to free photos. So definitely use them. Use one font that could be like I do, like a boldish font, or like something that's more like darker, or then one font would be more of like the complementary color. So a lot of what I use is like the brush, which is like a bold font, or this would be like a basic font right here. So these two complement each other. And make your site text friendly for Google. Find you, like even the images. So this, like if you're making your own website and you need help with this, so what I do is I click on an image and then I can just change the name. I change the description of the images right there on my website. So this is how I have ranked top 5 in my city for my photography business. Make your website SEO. SEO is site engine optimization. So making your site very easy to find through a lot of text, even hidden text. I even have done, I write a whole description on the bottom of my website, but because my website is white, I make the font white so that I can't see it with my eyes, but Google can see it. Does that make sense? So, and then every photo has a description hidden into it. So when people are trying to Google images, they find me. When people are trying to, Google, top wedding photographers for Virginia Beach, hopefully they will find me. And then all of my blog posts that I'm doing, they're getting that, the more content you produce, the more you're going to rank on Google. Add a blog function for your new ideas, recipes, plans, dreams, and recent work to be found easier. Make your site like maybe 1 page to 3 pages. That's it. You don't have to go crazy like me. The average person only spends a minute and a half looking at my site. And I know this by setting up my site through Google Analytics. This is a free way for me to track how people are finding me, how people are acting on my site, and what people are looking at. So let's look at an example. Let me go back. Let's look at an example of this. Let me pop you over to my okay, so I just made this website about a month ago, and this is our cause. My photography business sponsors building wells in other countries. So I made a website for this reason. And basically, I wanted the website to be very clean. I wanted it to be, like I said, maybe an accent font with like 1 or 2 complementary fonts. Colors are very simple, but I wanted the message to be like the images. Okay, so I got, this is Water Life Love. I had a little tagline here, changing the world one drop, one life at a time. I have our little menu. I have our social media buttons. They're all gray because I want people to notice the logo and I want people to notice the picture. The picture I got off of the website, they have all these stock images. And then Pixabay, Pixabay, Pixabay is a great commercial-free photos that you can just download and use for any commercial use, which is great. Or Unsplash has that too. Unsplash.com or Pixabay. So these are all photos I got from various different commercial-free websites. So I have, water is essential to life. Again, 1 accent font and 1 gray font, so that you focus on the photo. Everything's white. Everything's like a lot of space, a lot of clean. We have another photo here. We have text here, a lot of white. So everything is, it's not like too much, but it draws your eyes in. I accented a couple of words with the font because it's just a lot of reading. Parasites, pathogens. So this is where I got, why we build wells. And then this is just a little, follow us, contact, about me, boom, all one page. So I don't have to have all these crazy pages. You can read this entire thing in under 2 minutes. So that is an example of a really good, clean, one-page website that doesn't really take a lot of effort. I think I took like 2 hours designing this because I want to be a particular way. But again, you can have all these templates that you can use, and I wanted to create my own. So let me hop you over to the PowerPoint here. Okay, so what did I learn? A brand is your business identity. It is important to know what kind of business you want, what kind of personality you want your business to have. If you don't know what kind of personality you want your business to have, what kind of message it wants to send, you're going to be all over the place. And I learned that from personal experience in my journey. And how to communicate with your brand to attract your ideal client. So that is what we learned. And that goes with social media, that goes with marketing, that goes with everything that you need to know to grow your business. And this is from a couple of years of experience that I have experience of not doing it right, being all over the place, feeling like my message was cloudy, the kind of client I wanted was not really clear. So this is my personal experience telling you that if you go in with a vision, what kind of mission that you want, what kind of client that you want, what kind of person you want to attract, you're going to start attracting that client, which is great. So again, this is Crystal Marshall from Marshall Studio Photography. You can follow me on Facebook, you can follow me on Instagram, and you can send a note on my website to see what other social media links I have. And I hope you have a wonderful night and keep hustling.